What if you could get in shape starting right now by Memorial Day, and cardio all that time on the treadmill, not really necessary anymore. In fact, it could be hurting you. Well, fitness trainer, our friend, ABC News contributor Jim Karas, a man I know well who got me in the shape of my life a couple of years ago and then moved back to Chicago, the nerve of him, has a new book out. It's called The Cardio-Free Diet. He lays out the nuts and bolts of what some think is a controversial theory, and he's here this morning. It's good to see you again.
Thank you. It's good to see you as well.
Although I didn't like the way you were looking at my tush as I walked over here. Thank you. You can leave that at home. All right, let's tackle this, because you are saying, in essence, correct me if I'm wrong, cardio, all that time on the treadmill, the running, can be hard on your joints, can be wasting your time, and it's not burning the calories you think it should burn.
Diane, not nearly. I'll cite one bit of research. The American College of Sports Medicine put 16 very fit women on treadmills for 16 months, 5 times a week for 45 minutes, and you know what they did? What? They gained a pound.
What? Five times a week?
5 times a week for 45 minutes, and they gained a pound.
Because it increases their appetite,
or it just
their
appetite, both parts of that equation. Yes,
calories.
It does not burn nearly as many calories as you think, and then it increases your appetite. I find people eat after they perform all that cardio.
And I know you have talked, and you've talked to me about this a long time, about the effect on your joints, that you can create an epidemic of knee problems.
Did you see that article in the New York Times, Boomeritis? The second reason why all boomers go to the doctor's office is for an exercise-related injury. Isn't that fascinating?
Which says something's being done wrong.
Let's stop all the cardio. Yes.
All right, stop the cardio. Again, this is a bulletin for everybody out there, and as we say, we're going to tell you what some of the reaction has been. But you're saying instead, here's what you should do, which is strength training, and if you do 20 intensive minutes 3 times a week, that's all.
That's correct.
Really push it. In 8 weeks, you'll be in shape for the bikini.
I think you'll be amazed at the results, because you're changing your body's composition. What happens with all the cardio, approaching it from that end, is if you're shaped like a pear, when you manage to lose a couple pounds maybe with cardio, you just look like a smaller pear. Who's motivated to do that? And the second thing is, when you strength train, and my program is an interval strength training program because that provides the heart health aspect, you really are boosting your body's metabolism. And Diane, after the age of 20, we're all losing muscle. You've got to get that muscle back, and only the strength training does it.
One thing you say, too, that muscles burn more calories. So if you create muscle, you're creating more calorie-burning material.
That's right. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you're boosting your metabolism.
The other component of it, of course, and this you were always giving me the reality check, it's calories in and calories out. You can't fool yourself. You've got to measure the calories.
And it's interesting, Diane, many of my peers in this industry who write books or give seminars are afraid to say, don't tell people to count calories, it sounds too hard. It's not that hard once you educate yourself. I do it for you in the book, and I loved a quote from the Journal of the American Medical Association. They said, when you see a book that says don't count calories, run. And so, I mean, let's really get real and realize we can do it, and that'll help us lose weight.
And you also quote a statistic that 85%, I don't know if it was women or people, ask about the number of calories they consume, underestimated by 600 calories.
It's staggering. If you can believe that, that means that every 6 days you could be gaining a pound from what you think you're eating to what you're not.
I know you go through a 3 meal a day, 3 snacks a day way to
And you get
approach
peanuts,
this.
which you like,
and
peanut butter. Yes.
That's right. Nothing is off limits. You say no forbidden foods.
Absolutely no.
You're going to include them all. All right, but let's go back to the question of cardio, because it's just intuitive. Everybody thinks if you run, then you're building your heart, you're building your lungs. And here I'm going to play now what some of the challengers have said to you.
The evidence is overwhelming. You need to do some cardio workout to change your cardiac profile to make it better, to prevent death from heart disease and stroke.
To suggest that exercise, that aerobic exercise is not effective or helpful is just, it's so untrue. We know 30 minutes of physical activity, 5 or more days per week, is associated with 40–50% reduction in cardiovascular disease, decreased risk of hypertension. And it says that there is one thing that cardio doesn't kill, your appetite. That is absolutely false.
We cannot cut out that cardio. I say this is a call for action. Let's get some more clinical trials. Let's really do some research to investigate his technique before we can say it's available for the entire public.
So even if you do the strength training and you work out and your heart rate goes up, are you still missing something vital that you get with cardio?
Diane, absolutely not. It's so interesting. In 1975, 2 years before Jim Fixx's book came out, The Complete Book of Running, the West Point Military Academy did a research case study called Project Total Conditioning. And in it, it determined 30 years ago, it said resistance training or strength training is effective for cardiovascular conditioning. I'll take it a step further. My program is an interval-based strength training program. What that means is you take the heart rate up. You and I used to do this when we exercised together, then a moment of rest. Take the heart rate up, there's a moment of rest. What that improves upon is what is called your heart rate variability. I want to read this from a vascular surgeon. How do you like these glasses? The basic concept of aerobic conditioning is wrong. The best way to train the vascular system is to build flexibility into its response by using short bouts of elevation followed by sudden recovery. That is going to give you the optimal heart health.
So you're saying walk because it's good for you and
Active
nice.
rest because you like to take a pretty walk.
But if you want to change your shape, lose the weight.
And lose the weight. Interval strength training is the only way to go. How can we spend any of our precious time doing anything that does not provide us with a 3-in-1 solution? Interval strength train, A, build heart health. B, boost your metabolism by building those lean muscles and really change your body's comp. C, enhance your flexibility. I can't see how anyone would do anything as mindless as get on a treadmill and just put one foot in front of another and get nowhere fast.
All right, it's Jim Karas's book. It is The Cardio-Free Diet. It is causing such a stir out there. And it's
Bring it on. I love the stir. I think, do you know something? We are failing in our goal to help Americans lose weight. Let's get real, let's get out there, and let's start getting the right information out, and it's our responsibility to do it.
And you can go on our website and see an excerpt from The Cardio-Free Diet.